Hey guys, it's Ashley. I know my hair is not pink anymore. The pink washed out in like a week, but I really want to do it again, so I may do it again in the future, but for right now I think I'm just gonna stick with my blonde that I have, because when I had pink hair for like a week, I really noticed how whenever I dressed, I needed to dress so that it didn't clash with my pink hair. I know that sounds really weird, but it's true, and that's exactly how I felt. And so now that I have blonde again, I can wear whatever I want and it doesn't clash, and so I think I'm gonna keep it like this for a while, but I may go back to pink in the future. You guys will just have to wait and see. But today I am going to be giving you guys my August wrap-up and September TBR, and I'm super excited about this. I think I read 5 books in August, if you count one that I just finished on the 3rd yesterday, and I'm counting it because I read more than half of it in August. I'm planning on reading 4 or 5 books in September, so that's awesome. Can't wait, and let's just do it. So the first book that I read in the month of August was Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. It definitely lived up to its hype. I don't know much about the rest of the series, but this book was really good. And I have a whole book talk about that, so if you've read the book and want to hear my thoughts, or if you haven't read the book and want to know what it's about, go watch that book talk. There is a non-spoilery section, and I'll let you know when I start heading into spoilers, and I'll leave it linked down below, that way you guys can check it out. But I really loved this book, and I need to get to the other ones soon because I need to know what happens. So the next book that I read in August was Trials of Apollo, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. Basically, this book takes place after the events of Heroes of Olympus, which is that series right here. So if you haven't read that one yet, please don't pick this up or you are going to be majorly spoiled. So anyways, this book takes place after those events where Zeus is really pissed at Apollo and ends up casting him down on Earth as a 16-year-old mortal, and he is forced to kind of fight his way through life and figure out what the hell he's doing and how to return to his godlike position on Olympus. Obviously 5 out of 5 for me. I really enjoy Rick Riordan's writing. Obviously, I think I've said it enough on my channel, but I might as well say it again. Rick Riordan is amazing, and I love him. There were so many good things about this book, so many funny things, hilarious things, oh my god. And some old characters that are brought back, like, oh my god, it's just amazing. I have already scripted a book talk for this, I just haven't filmed it yet, so you should see that up on my channel within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. I really don't keep a very great schedule of uploading, guys. You should probably realize this by now. So the third book that I read in the month of August was Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This book was seriously hands down the best book that I read in August. 5 out of 5 stars, more if I could give it and it was possible. It was just amazing, and I had so many thoughts and feelings after I read it, and I'm really glad that I read this book when I did, because Gemina, the sequel, comes out in about like a month, and I don't have to wait very long for it, which is amazing because the cliffhanger at the end, that cliffhanger, let me tell you. I do have a book talk for this up on my channel. Like a lot of my other book talks, it's like nearly 20 minutes long because I have so many thoughts and I needed to get them out. But if you haven't read the book or have and you just want to watch it, I'll leave it linked down below. Warning, it contains lots of screaming and lots of me saying, oh my god, because this book, man, just, oh my god. So the fourth book that I read in the month of August was The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. Not that it wasn't great, it just wasn't as amazing as I had imagined it would be, or was it as good as some of the other books that I read this month. The beginning took me a while to get into. I didn't really enjoy the beginning as much as I wanted to, but it picked up in the middle and it really like killed it in the end. So definitely pick this one up if you're interested. Basically, this book is about the city of Verity, whose violence and crime rates have become so high that monsters have begun forming, and the city has split into 2 different sides over politics. One side has Harker and one side has Flynn. So this story basically follows a Harker and a Flynn. So Kate Harker wants nothing more than to live up to her dad's expectations, and then on the Flynn side we follow August Flynn, who is actually a monster himself. He is a Sunai, and he has the ability to steal souls with a song. So something happens in the book where as much as these two hate each other, they have to team up and they have to fight their way through this world as they figure out what the hell is going on and what has made it change for the worst. Really, the only thing that threw me off was the beginning. I didn't like the beginning as much as I thought I would, and I don't I don't know, but I mean, the whole book itself was really good. I'll definitely be picking up more by Victoria Schwab because I loved the story itself and I want to read more of her stories and of her writing. I already own A Darker Shade of Magic and A Gathering of Shadows, so I think I might read those soon. But I've also heard that Vicious is really good because a lot of you guys have been telling me that, so I'll have to pick up something in the future because I really enjoyed it. And so the final book that I read in the month of August, I read a little bit more than half in August and I finished on September 3rd, so I'm counting it for August, but that is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. This is basically a collection of short stories or novellas that are the prequel to the Throne of Glass series, so you can read this book first or read it before some of the other books or read it in the middle of the series. I don't really know if there's a specific order that you should read them in. If I had to go back and change some of the ways that I read the Throne of Glass series, I would probably read this one first, just so that I wouldn't feel so unattached to some of the things that Selena was mentioning in Throne of Glass when she said Sam, or when she was too sad to play the pianoforte or anything like that, because honestly, this book, oh my god. If I had to rate it, even though I haven't yet, but if I had to, I'd probably give it 4.5 out of 5 stars, but that's just because of the different stories. Each story, in my opinion, got a different rating, and so I'll probably make a book talk or a review of this on my channel soon, because that way I can go into detail on each specific story. But I really enjoyed them overall. I have to say that the last one, as much as it tore me apart, was my favorite. So now we're gonna get into my September TBR, and the first book or book series on that list is the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. I only own Ignite Me right now. I still have yet to order Shatter Me and Unravel Me, but I will because my friend Ray at Little Lottie Reads is hosting a book club and she's gonna slay some series, and the first series that they've decided to read is the Shatter Me series, and I want to support her and her book club, and so that is what I'm going to be doing. I honestly have no idea what this series is about. Absolutely no idea, but everybody is going crazy over it and has been for a really long time, and I just want to know what all the hype is about, so I will be picking this series up. And then along the lines with Ray's book club, I am going to be reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. The real reason that I wanted to read this book now is because the movie was coming out at the end of the month and I have yet to read this, and I know that if I see the movie before I read the book, I won't want to read the book, and so I'm gonna read it and then see the movie. As with the Shatter Me series, I don't really know what this book is about. If you guys haven't noticed by now, I like going into books at least pretty much blind, just because I don't really have any expectations toward the book, you know what I mean? As far as I know, there is a home for peculiar children, and I think that Jacob is the boy who can see things other people can't. Maybe. I might be completely wrong, but just bear with me because I'll read it soon. So if I manage to read all 4 of those books and still have some time at the end of the month, I think I'm going to start reading Crown of Midnight. I'm not 100%. I have to check with Keely on that because we are buddy reading the entire series, apparently, and I'm really happy about that, so I will check on that. But if I do end up reading it, you guys will probably know. I'll probably tweet about it. It's pretty inevitable. So there you have it, my August wrap-up and September TBR. Let me know what books you guys are planning on reading in September and whether you guys are planning to participate in Ray's Series Slayer book club with me. I am a Dash of Ash 12 on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, so please go say hi to me there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye!